Oh my. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. A Kobe Bryant patch autograph. Woo! Number 4 of 10.
How's it going, everybody? And welcome back to my channel, Kobe Cards. One of the ways which the NBA is still working to give us content, even though there is no basketball going on right now, is through their daily NBA Together Live historic matchups that they're streaming. It started about a week and a half ago on March 30th, and the NBA has been streaming vintage basketball games on all NBA official apps and platforms, such as NBA Facebook, NBA Twitter, NBA YouTube, and NBA Twitch. There's generally at least one game per day that they stream, but sometimes they do 2 games in a day. And luckily for me, a few of the historic games that they're showcasing are games featuring Kobe Bryant. A little less than a week ago, on Sunday, April 5th, I got to have the fun of rewatching Game 4 of the 2000 NBA Finals, which featured the Indiana Pacers, led by Reggie Miller, versus the Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal Los Angeles Lakers. After watching the game, I knew I had a few cards lying around which commemorated or spoke to that game, since it was a really historic game. So I tracked down one of the cards, and I was absolutely shocked when, well, I'll have to show you for myself. Let's go straight into the Kobe capsule, and I'm going to pull it out. All right, so here we have a 2000-2001 Hoops Hot Prospects Kobe Bryant card. This was a product under the Fleer brand, and this set was released in November of 2000. It was 5 months after the 2000 NBA Finals ended, and that's important to note for later. It was a 120 card set, and all 120 cards in this set were veterans. Kobe was number 46, and in every hobby box of this product on average, you would only find one rookie card, which was guaranteed to be a rookie memorabilia card, and it would be numbered to 1,000. But since the 2000 NBA draft is widely considered to be one of the worst draft classes in history, and because some of the few decent players like Michael Redd and Jamal Crawford weren't even in the 25 rookies that they did offer jersey cards of, this product is actually one of the cheapest products that you can find from 2000. And that's a shame, because I do love the gold foil design on these cards. Every card has the feel of a refractor, and we all know how collectors feel about gold cards or refractors. Panini mostly brands their gold versions of their cards to be 10 or less, so gold in general is usually associated with high end. The color itself tends to add value in people's minds, but for this card, it doesn't. I guess this card is going to be more deceptive in more ways than one. The funny thing is, on top of that, is in this picture, the Lakers are playing the Bucks. So the passage that's on the back that we're going to get into is going to reference Kobe in Game 4 of the Finals versus the Pacers. So already you see that there's a disconnect between the image on the card and what the card is going to talk about, which I also dislike. However, it is nice that it is a picture of Kobe Bryant dunking on Ray Allen. So for all you Ray Allen fans out there, Kobe dunking on a legendary player is always nice, but still kind of irrelevant. So I'm going to go onto the back of the card now. All right, so we are going to add the height of 6'7" and weight of 210 pounds. And oh boy, now let's get on to the quote, because yep, this card is about to get real ugly. Perhaps the finest moment of Kobe's career occurred in Game 4 of the 2000 NBA Finals. Despite a sprained ankle, he scored 28 points, including 6 in overtime, to lead LA to a thrilling 120-118 win. Catch that. 6 in overtime.
Kobe had 28, 8 of them in overtime.
6 in overtime.
8 of them in overtime.
6,
8.
Are you kidding me? Getting a stat wrong? Getting a factual piece of information on your card wrong. Oh my goodness, where do I even begin? Oh, where do I even begin? Keep in mind, this was widely considered to be one of the most famous games of Kobe's career up to this point, and they didn't even get the stat right on the card. I mean, I can tell you right now, I don't have any cards commemorating Kobe on a 79-point game. They all correctly managed to say 81 on it. I almost wonder to myself, like, how many people looked at this card before signing off on it and were like, yep, looks right to me, let's print it. And I think I've even seen everything in the past year too. From Panini forgetting to print Kendrick Nunn and Luka Samanich's names on their cards, and then even using Sharpie to cross off printing errors on the back of their absolute memorabilia jersey cards. I want to know this from the collectors out there, but you guys tell me, what is the biggest mistake that you've seen on a sports card? Drop a comment, let me know what you've had to deal with or what you've found on your cards, because for me, this is unacceptable. Now, as far as watching the games go on the different NBA platforms, like I said, I did have some fun rewatching some of the old vintage games, but I will say that I don't necessarily recommend turning on the comments section. The comments section for these live stream games can be particularly toxic, and I'm not just talking about for little kids. I mean, even myself, a grown adult, I had to turn off the comments because a lot of people were making really, really inappropriate jokes, some of which were directed at Kobe. Things really, really, really dark. Now, you can always block these people. Like if you're on YouTube and you're watching the games, you can always right-click on the comments and report them or block them so you don't have to see those people. But if you're just looking to watch some vintage games and enjoy yourself and have a night of remembering historic games that happened in NBA's history, I would say just stick to watching the game and not trying to turn on that chat, because you won't find much there that's positive. There will be a lot of people who are just spamming like, oh my god, Kobe, I love you, Kobe, rest in peace, Kobe. All of those things, and especially when, you know, more than 11,000 people are watching at any given time, there will be a lot of nice things being said. But take it from me, I don't recommend turning the comments on if you can prevent it. With that being said, that's really all I have to say about this card. I will, at a future day, go into the actual game itself and talk about the history behind it. One of the important things to note is that Shaq actually fouled out in this game, and it was known as the game where Kobe took over in overtime. Now, maybe what they were thinking when they wrote this card, if I wanted to give them even the slightest bit of slack, is that Kobe scored 6 of his points in overtime after Shaq fouled out, but he had 8 points in the quarter, but only 6 of them were after Shaq fouled out. So maybe they were thinking, oh, he had 6 in overtime when he took over the game when Shaq fouled out. But either way, we'll talk about that actual game more. But this card, I was just, again, so disappointed. You'll seriously have to let me know, have you seen anything worse than this? Have you ever seen there be a factual error on the card just wrong? Well, I'm going to wrap it up here. As always, the card that we talked about today is going to be uploaded to my Instagram. Unfortunately for this card, I wish it wasn't, but I will still upload it. And it's going to be at Kobe Capsule, where you can find all of the cards that we've talked about on this channel. And if you're enjoying my videos and my tribute to Kobe, I hope you consider subscribing so that you can follow along as we continue our journey to remember and celebrate the life and career of Kobe Bryant. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time with more Kobe cards.